but Weegee just a little bit too strong. Too much sauce in his bottle.
Yes.
But it's not over for JJ. Well, maybe it is. I don't really know. But I
No,
hope
there's plenty of room for error later in the run, so it is not even close to over yet. And yeah, here's Weegee doing Koopa Blooper again. Takes almost the exact same time to get to him. It's about as easy to get to him, and the fight is pretty much the exact same.
Yeah, what is this? Were they just lazy? They're like, you know what? Let's just fight.
Yeah, they added one attack that he can do, but I don't actually even know how to activate that attack. So, like, even for a casual player, it's entirely possible to just, like, have the exact same fight. So.
Do you see that guy in any other levels, or is it only?
He is in whatever it's Noki 2. You're supposed to beat him, but you can just clip past him, so we won't encounter him again.
Classic.
Yep.
If you don't want to fight him, just clip through him. Clip past him. No biggie.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, Rico I think is the only world with like no RNG in it at all. So ideally most of the time you should have no time loss in Rico. Which I think both of them have had pretty much no time loss, so that's good to see.
It warms your heart.
Yeah.
To see some solid gameplay, and it seems as though that's what we're seeing right now. Well, they actually use the bloopers here.
They do actually. You can do it without the bloopers, but it is faster with the bloopers. So there's nothing to water slide on, so you just have to do jump dives in the water if you didn't want to use the blooper.
Dude, these guys are hard to control.
Yeah, they really are. The way I like to do it is just pull the camera all the way out and then turn. I just hold forward the entire time and turn with the C stick to slightly turn the camera. Okay. Some people like turning with the control stick. And Weegee dies!
Weegee,
this is what I was saying! It's not over. JJ's in the lead now.
Everybody getting very hyped. JJ now with a clear lead. Craigasm.
Yeah, that coin there. So with the green blooper, if you are holding forward, then you're at a high enough speed that you will die if you hit anything. And that one particular coin, it's really easy to hit the sub if you miss it. Or I should say if your angle's bad. I mean, yeah, JJ could die here too. You know, you never know. So.
We all thought Weegee had it in the bag, but
JJ does a slightly safer strat there to line up a little bit easier. So.
Nice little double hop.
Yep.
And beautiful.
There you go. And ends up with a 132 on the timer. So that's pretty good. That's what you want.
Not too shabby.
Let's see if Weegee grabs it here this time.
Weegee going for the second try, looking clean.
There you go.
Does do it. Sliding around
also,
on a blooper.
Weegee with a 133 on the timer there. So, you know, he died, but he saved a second over JJ on the actual level. So, you know, not as much time loss as it could have been.
A consolation prize.
Yeah.
A little bit of a pride bonus. Could perhaps give him a morale boost to get the energy back so that he can perhaps catch up to JJ.
Yes.
But JJ not going to give it up very easily, I suspect. Okay, but it looked like he missed a little bit of the spray at the beginning.
Yeah, actually, that spray, you don't even... That's one of the few places where you just do a regular spray. You don't spam spray. And you can miss a fair amount of your spray and still get him down. So, that you rarely see anyone fail that level. And yep, there's Weegee. You can actually, the easier strat that most people do, you literally, like, don't even do any dive rollouts, just walk forward, and as soon as you see him start moving, you can spray, and you'll kill him. One of the easier blindfolded levels, for sure.
Has somebody done a blindfolded playthrough of SMS?
I don't think about a playthrough, but Bouncy Boy one time, he did a kind of blindfolded thing where he was blindfolded, but he had text-to-speech on his Discord server, and so people would type in his Discord server telling him what to do. So that was pretty entertaining.
Does sound like a pretty good time. Bouncy Boy unfortunately breaking a rib. I hope he's okay.
Well, it was actually even I don't know if it's worse or better than that, but he dislocated it and had to have it replaced, which sounds really like gross and painful. And, like nothing against him. Not saying he's gross. It's a gross thing to happen.
Strongman Lynn sending some very mixed signals. Talking about how
I love you,
gross
Bouncy.
Boy
I love
is.
you. You're not gross. It's just the things that happened to you were gross.
Backpedaling here. Nobody buying what he's picking down. We all know how. It's okay. Bouncy Boy, a little bit of a weirdo, kind of gross. Had to get his rib replaced. R.I.P.
Yep.
Raising money. Global Speedrun Association is raising money for a prosthetic rib that we can place into Bouncy Boy's system. Rib cage.
So this is we haven't really talked about it. This is one of the harder secrets. So I would have thought if someone was going to die, it might have been this one, but I did not expect the Rico 6 death. Let me tell you that. But
Yeah, I think that one took us all by surprise. That was pretty wild.
yeah, just a pretty standard couple of spin dives, dive rollouts, and then grab the shine.
Hey, WMD. Yeah, this was another one of the ones that I learned. That spin jump that you do on the edge of like the square, is that where people mostly die?
Yeah,
Like
at the top there, pretty much. Either people will have the wrong angle to get the spin dive onto that first blue platform, or sometimes, depending on their timing, they may fall off one of the platforms. Oh, JJ.
Like JJ's struggling a little bit to
almost
Shadow Mario.
Yeah. If he had gone a little farther, he wouldn't have been able to get him down until he got into the village. So it's good to get him there.
If he's like in the middle of weird movement, can you just not damage him? Is that?
Yeah, actually, if he's in the air, he cannot die. You can still damage him, but he can't die. He can only die if he's on the ground.
Okay.
And actually,
saving some time on the spray down.
Yeah, for sure. There are actually also a couple places where even if he's on the ground, you can't kill him, but it's weird. And JJ, again, he actually posted in the Discord server about this earlier. Shadow Mario went the wrong way there. You want him to go to the left. It depends on how you approach him. But I think he approached him from a little too far to the left, so that's why he went to the right. Not too much time loss, just like a couple seconds. What Weegee's doing there is the faster way to do it.
Weegee saving time where he can. JJ, a little bit sweaty, perhaps.
Yeah, palms or mom's spaghetti or something.
A lot of spaghetti, some meatballs as well. Oh my goodness. We have got 150 smackaroonies coming in from an anonymous donor. This has been awesome. Thanks to everyone involved. Hyped for GSA. Thank you very much, sir. Very much appreciated. Can we get some Pog? We got some PogChamp from Rick Astley. Simp W from Solar Waker. Certainly a PogChamp worthy event, but we've also got Manta Ray time. This shine takes forever.
It's so obnoxious. Spam sprays help with it, but it's still pretty annoying. If Weegee's going to catch up, this isn't an easy place for it, just because he could literally just happen to get like 20 seconds better RNG than JJ. And actually, JJ messed up a little bit, but it looks like he's recovering okay.
So how does the RNG work?
So whenever you kill the manta, it splits into any of the mantas. They split into 4 more mantas, and they take random directions and
by the mantas.
Yeah, and you get pinballed like this,
Smacked.
And there's just nothing you can do about it.
JJ getting tossed by these mantas.
Yeah, it looks like Weegee is pretty much caught up at this point. He's about 8 seconds behind maybe, but yeah. And then once you get them all to the smallest size, then they turn pink and come towards you. So at that point, it's a little less RNG heavy, but before that, it's pretty obnoxious. And see,
JJ,
still,
like you said, pinballing back and forth between these.
Yeah.
Manta rays.
It's also made worse by the fact that you run out of water usually before you get them to the smallest size. And the closest water is that little fountain there, but the hitbox is weird, so sometimes it'll pop out of it and you can't refill your water. So, yeah, they're about 3 seconds apart now, so.
Weegee really making up some time here, making this race even more interesting. Neck and neck for pretty much the whole race. You know, Weegee had that pretty strong lead and then did take a death.
Yeah.
It's popping, though.
Yep. And then also, next up, arguably one of the hardest levels in the game, Serena 2, so we'll see what happens there. It's another one of the secret levels. So it's a secret level, so you don't know Flood, obviously, which is really bad. And you have to do a momentum spin jump, that thing where you roll out on the slope and you have a lot of momentum, so you spin jump. You have to do that at the end of the level, and you do it over a death pit, so if you mess it up, you just die and lose 50 seconds. So it can be pretty hard.
Well, I guess we'll see what they do here. JJ leading the charge.
Yep.
This is
Gonna be
where I
going up.
stopped actually, because I was learning SMS on emulator,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't at the time. It didn't emulate killing the manta right, so you couldn't actually get
Yeah,
past that.
that is a
That
thing.
fixed?
I would assume there were some weird dolphin glitches with this game, but
Oh,
I
you
think
can
most of them
launch
were
right up
fixed
here.
recently. Yeah, you can just bounce off those boos, and just get right into the loading zone.
This is a fun little secret level. Bouncing off the boys. What?
Yeah.
You know the name?
Those are... Shoot, they're the same ones that were in Pinna 3. Let me just look it up here real quick.
They kind of remind me of a Slowpoke from Pokemon a little bit, except not as fast.
Oh, yeah. Alright, and here's the
Slowbro.
momentum spin coming up for both of them. JJ looking okay. Alright, there we go. Oh, Weegee!
Oh,
see? There you go.
Fall. JJ back into a nice position. But
Yeah, it's just a really hard strat, and it's really easy to mess up pretty much.
And at this point, it's looking pretty damn good for JJ. But if we anything, it's that Weegee is an insane man. He's got the strats down, and he's hungry. So perhaps he can still make something happen here.
Shoot, I cannot find the name of those things. Oh, happened again.
Oh, and
Yeah.
that's a bit sad.
He might want to grab a life. He should only have like 1 life left, I think. Oh, if he game overs here, that's race over. So he didn't get the life. He better be confident.
Yeah, because you never save for the entire run.
Yeah, and if you die without saving, it takes you back to airstrip, or if you game over, I should say.
So Weegee, a lot on the line right here. If he death, that will spell sure defeat for him.
I assume he's taking it safe here.
Nope, maybe.
Looks like he's going for it. Okay, he got it. There you go. That was
the charm.
A little bit scary. JJ's got a nice lead now, though.
Yeah,
so...
what'd you say? 45 seconds, maybe a minute?
Oh, more than that. 1 death there is 50 seconds, and he died twice. So I'd say 1.5 minutes, probably.
This game's brutal.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Strongman Len calling his own speed game bad. Not a huge shocker. I mean, just look at it.
Yeah, it's not, it's okay. It's got good things and bad things.
Yeah.
But,
pros and cons.
Yeah. JJ doing casino skip here. You're supposed to shoot 3 slot machines and then do this weird flip puzzle that is also kind of RNG, but you can just clip out of bounds and go over everything. So that's nice.
So what is it about that stance where he goes side to side? What about it makes it useful for these?
So, if there's an invisible, there's different types of invisible barriers, but the particular invisible barrier that's on the top of that wall, you can sidestep through. It's the same as when on EYG, they sidestep through the wall using the platform. You can sidestep through the platforms just like you can sidestep through the wall there. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You just got to sidestep
Mm-hmm.
if you want to make it through anything. In
Yeah.
life.
You just pull out your hover nozzle or your spray nozzle, as everyone has, and just sidestep.
Words of advice. If there's anything to take home from this race, it would be that.
Yep.
Yeah, 20 minutes or so to come back. What would you say their pace is right
now? JJ's probably on like 116 or maybe not 116, maybe 117 pace right now. And Weegee probably 119 pace right now.
Yeah.
So, although King Boo is coming up, and that's the last RNG of the run pretty much. And it's, if he messes up, if he messes you up and doesn't give you the right cycle, it's 8 seconds every time he doesn't give you the right cycle. On average, you'll usually get like 1 or 2 extra cycles, so it's usually not terrible. But it can't, like the 120 shine world record at one point had like 7 extra cycles or something. And it was just such a good run up to that point, and then it was just like a pretty good run.
So how's the RNG?
Oh,
Weegee does not know how
game over, I think. Yep.
Yeah, I think
Unfortunate for Weegee.
Weegee game over in the SMS 90% race. That is a default W for JJ.
Pretty much.
Um,
Oh, wait. What? Wait. How? Wait. How did...
Maybe
Did
when
he
you
save?
game over and you just keep going, you can.
Oh, he may
stay
have
on.
saved. I may have missed it. If you save, you can put in a memory card and save, and he may have done that. So I guess that's good.
Weegee with the desperate strats, having to save.
I assume that must have been what happened. So I guess that's good. So you can still comment on two screens here. But yeah, JJ getting the fruit here. Basically, the optimal King Boo is he gives you fruit, and then no fruit, and then fruit, and then no fruit, and then fruit. You have to have a no fruit cycle in between every fruit cycle. So the minimum is 5 cycles here. And I think JJ has perfect luck so far. He may have one extra. I was not exactly paying attention. But, alright, yep, that's another fruit cycle, so that should be the end of King Boo for JJ. And actually, I'll mention the momentum spin is going to be coming up here on Weegee's screen. It's a different momentum spin from the other ones. Well, this room's frozen, but okay. Yeah, right there he did it. You have to do kind of a loose spin input. You get speed by diving and rolling out on the cube as it's tilted.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you do a loose spin input, it takes you maybe like 3/4 of a second to spin the stick. Then Mario keeps his speed as he runs in the circle, but it counts as a spin input, and so you get a spin jump off of it. If you do it too fast, then Mario would kind of pivot and lose all his speed, and if you do it too slow, then you don't get the spin jump. So it's a little bit different.
A lot of dynamic stuff when it comes to spin jumps. Pretty complex mechanic, to say the least.
Yeah, it's definitely a high-level strat that, like, most of this stuff will only save, like, a second or two or something if you once you learn it, but it's learnable once you get to a higher level. Most people with like a 120 or less in 80% will do those kind of strats.
JJ cleaning up town, doing a pretty nice job. Spamming
yeah,
spray.
This is the Serena 6 that I mentioned earlier. It's a lot easier on the US version and the PAL version because you'll need to clean about 95% on those versions. On the Japanese version, you need like 99.5% or something, yeah. And also the goop isn't like perfectly programmed. Sometimes it'll look like you got it, but it's invisible and you just can't see that you didn't get it. So
wait, does time stop? Is that how you know that you did it?
Yeah, time stops. So we got a 220 there.
I was about to say,
and also I think a little jingle plays as well. So yeah, and then once you're done, you just talk to him and he gives you the shine.
He's like, okay, good work, buddy. Here's your shine, Sprite. Once again, Mario chasing Peach, hoping to find her love, but hasn't taken the hint. Bowser's already kidnapped her like a million times. Clearly
Really just
some kind of infidelity issues going on here that Mario doesn't face.
It's really an awkward situation that no one knows how to deal with.
But we love it so much. Highly addicting. Pretty interesting. We just want the girl. Sometimes.
Yep. Although I have to say, Mario cannot make up his mind. First he wants Pauline, then he wants Peach. And is there a third person? I thought there was a third person at some point. Maybe I'm thinking of Daisy. Oh, I guess that's... Was that ever a canonically a thing also? Is Daisy like Luigi's princess? Or does Luigi ever save her? Or is that... Because I know she appeared first in Mario Land 2, I think. And Mario saved her there, but I always thought of her as like Luigi's princess.
That's what you would think, but yeah, they all just share. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can tell you something though, is that I don't know. So I hope that offers some value.
All right, cool. Oh, so we got some strats coming out here from JJ. There's a really quick cycle here. You have pretty much no... Yeah, okay, he's not going to be a cycle anymore. It's just a very difficult cycle at the top of the mountain here. This Monty Mole is shooting these globs at you, and he shoots globs every like 3 seconds or something. So yeah, if you just get there quick enough, you skip one of the cycles.
Oh, bonk.
Ooh, okay. You missed one bomb there, but not the end of the world.
I like this mechanic.
Yep.
Wait, why is he waiting?
So if you hit Monty Mole with a bomb, then he'll get stunned for a second and won't throw another bomb. So you wait for him to throw all 3 bombs before you throw the first one at him.
Oh. Optimal.
Yep. It was saving those frames.
Blowing that
Right.
cork.
Yeah. I don't know why Monty dying makes the cork come out of the waterfall, but it does. So
Maybe you kill him and then that little bit of air, it's enough
yeah,
to...
a little explosion thing. Yeah.
But I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Just kind of hoping that it somehow makes sense, but when you think about it,
Could be.
probably not really making much sense.
Oh, Weegee falling prey to the invisible goop here. Where is it? No one knows. Oh, there we go. So, he would have gotten a really good time. He would have gotten like a 224 or something. Ended up getting a 218. The world record for that one by Chosen is a 229, I think. It's pretty ridiculous.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast. 9 whole seconds faster
Yep.
than what JJ did.
And here we have
5 bits from Proto Man. Thank you very much, sir. What were you saying?
this is where the Gooper Bloopers fight's supposed to be, but you just clip through the wall with a spring. So skipping that. JJ going right into the shine there. That's a really fun aisle to grind out too.
You can't just pop that right in the corner of the spring. It's like just a little bit away from the corner. Is that the deal?
So you have to be like the way you're facing the corner has to be kind of to the right. If Mario's running, then you know you have the right angle, and then if you pop the spring, it'll be in the right place. And because it expands when you place it down, it makes sense that it pushes you out of bounds. So
now gotta do some cleaning. The eel.
yeah, well, first we gotta get a tutorial on this new game mechanic they're only gonna use for like 2 levels. So you gotta get some red coins here, and then we'll clean them afterwards.
Yeah. This is pretty. I actually like this level.
Yeah, this was
calm.
One of my favorite as a kid. And it's really hard, actually, hoverless. It's possible to, like, if you don't grab one of the coins like on the first try, basically, then you need to reset the level. Just exit area and come back in again, because you can't hover, obviously. And hovering is one of the only ways to gain height in the water. There's also this jet thing, but that doesn't get you high enough for the first coin. Weegee having some trouble with the this water wheel is pretty weird and annoying, but he got up there.
Getting some big fat globs shot his way.
Yep.
But narrowly avoiding them, riding the edges.
Hate it when that happens. I'm getting globs shot my way.
Depends on the context. But
That's true.
Most of the time, not a huge fan of globs in my face.
Yeah. I actually had some cream puffs today, and there was globs of cream puff, and that was nice. But
Cream puff.
yeah,
I'm not sure what. I've never heard of that before.
it's almost like it's like a soft outer shell with cream on the inside. It's usually like a vanilla cream, or like I had an Earl Grey tea cream, and it's just a very soft cream on the inside. So it's a little messy just because there's so much cream. And that I could have phrased that better, actually. But we're gonna ignore that.
Some interesting things possibly on Strongman Lynn's mind could be in the gutter. Wow, more information coming out.
The gutter.
Text, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Strongman Lynn wanting to get graped in the mouth, perhaps by the commentator.
You know. Anyway. So eel. Cleaning eel's teeth here. Yeah.
You know, every eel needs a good clean.
Especially eely mouth.
Here to save the day. But for selfish reasons, I mean, not a huge deal. It's win-win. He gets to shine, and the eel gets a nice sparkly smile.
Yep.
Okay, but getting consumed by the eel here really deep. Oh, never mind. I can't even see what's going on.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you just kind of have to have faith in your muscle memory. If you hit the tooth and get damaged by it, at this and you're when you get, sorry, I should start over. When you get damaged, you have invincibility frames, and if the cutscene starts when those invincibility frames are happening, when Mario's blinking red, then you gain control of Mario during the cutscenes. You can float down and just be right where the shine is, where it spawns. If you were not damaged, then the cutscene would happen, and it would spawn you kind of high up, and you gotta just float down. So you gotta be kind of in the eel's mouth and clip into the tooth as you clean it to get damaged by it. So it's just like, you just gotta basically know what angle you're supposed to be at and where you're, like, what angle you're supposed to spray and your timing. So
we've got Pack in the chat. What up, Pack? Speedrun.com, Daddy. The finals are at 10:30 CST, so about 3 hours from now. Sorry, 2 hours from now.
Here we got second Piantissimo, also an auto scroller. So this one's even slower because he swims, and like he's such an idiot because you would think he would swim like in a direct line towards the pole. He doesn't. He swims like he takes like a snaking pattern through the water, like way to the left, and he also bonks immediately as soon as the race starts. He bonks on one of the walls. So Piantissimo, not sure why he thinks he's fast, but
not a very formidable opponent.
Not really, no.
I mean, none of these opponents really are. I guess when you spend 8 hours a day practicing, nobody will really be an opponent. I mean,
Yeah,
as
pretty
a kid,
much.
you know, it could have been a struggle, but it's kind of a bop once you know what you're doing.
Yeah, the first Piantissimo gave me some trouble when I was a kid. Or not the first one. I guess it's technically the last one because Pianta is supposed to be the last world. But Pianta 2 gave me some trouble, but this one you just swim in a straight line. So occasionally though you'll see a runner forget to touch the flagpole. They'll like get to the end with like, haha, I won, and they'll like start playing around and like wall jumping, and then Piantissimo will touch the flag and they'll realize they didn't touch the flag, and so they have to exit area and come back in again.
That's a big L.
Yeah, it's a big L. Also on Weegee's screen here, so he's spraying upwards because it actually pushes you down slightly if you spray upwards. So it saves like maybe like 2 frames, but some runners do it. The task does it and saves like with task spam spraying saves 10 frames. So it doesn't save all that much time, but
Weegee, the human task.
yeah. And watch JJ's screen here. This is gonna be interesting. He's doing this is one of the hardest strats in the game for Noki 6. Very easy to die. Some weird spin diving stuff you got to do here. Wow. Get on the green cycle. Yeah. You literally can't even see where you are, and you have to be doing spin dives at precise angles. So getting up there, pretty standard, and he's good. Right into the shine.
Legendary player.
Pretty darn cool strat there.
So 113, would you say still on 117 pace?
So that's Noki 6. Yeah, Noki 7's about a minute. No, it's probably 50 seconds. So he'll be at 113 or 114.10 maybe. And then Corona is about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So it'll be maybe a high 116, low 117. Okay.
Not bad at all for a race.
Yeah. If he wants to get cocky, he can try to do fast Corona, which is really easy to die on. So maybe Weegee will have some time to catch up. But I would be surprised if he lost enough time to not win. So yep, just spam spraying Shadow Mario, grab the shine. There's a very rare glitch if he goes down on like one particular pixel, then when you grab the shine, it actually like you fall. When you grab a shine, it like teleports Mario to the shine's X and Y position.
Right.
And that X and Y position will put Mario slightly under the map. So he'll fall because the shine animation does not start until you touch the ground. And he'll fall into the water. And shine cutscenes can't start if you're in the water. So you'll fall into the water, it'll cancel the shine cutscene, and because you already grabbed the shine loses its hitbox, and you can't grab the shine anymore, so you have to exit area and re-enter the level. But I've only seen it happen like once in a run. It's really rare. Everyone, you will have that fear though. Whenever you're on PB pace, you're like, okay, just really hope this thing doesn't glitch out and mess me up here. Oh, JJ is going for fast Corona. Let's see if he gets it here.
Legendary God Gamer alert.
Yeah, you got about a second of leeway here. I think he's
Thank
good.
you, Robbie Rat Poison, for the sub bub. What a name. Welcome to the
Yep.
GSA Club.
Got the fast Corona, and now Speedboat. Speedboat looking a little sketchy, but he gets it.
And here he goes, JJ looking to finish strong, moving on up. Wow. How did he just go straight? Right
Oh
up
yeah,
in there?
so that's a glitch that it's only used there in any percent, but he's used a ton in 120. If you can cancel a rocket launch with like Mario's like animations. So if you land as the rocket goes off, then Mario does like a landing animation, so that cancels the rocket, but it actually stores it. And if you sidestep off of ledge, then it launches the rocket plus a little bit. I don't know why it's actually a little bit more than a rocket. But so he stores that first rocket by landing on the ledge to cancel it, and then he does a different strat to cancel another rocket storage by if you like let go of the R button just a little bit as the rocket goes off, then Mario does kind of a sitting back animation, and that cancels the second rocket. Yeah. And so that's how you just get the instant rocket up. And JJ with a really good 1:16.40 in a race, 39. That's pretty good. So.
And what is Weegee doing right now?
Oh, so just I know. To someone who doesn't watch very top level runners, this looks like he is doing a bunch of random nonsense. It's actually faster to get up to Noki 6 using these ropes. It's about 2 seconds faster, but it looks like he's given up. So, yeah.
Weegee giving up, JJ making it happen. GG.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Strongman Lynn, it has been an absolute it's been a journey and very enjoyable journey, to say the least.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Commentating with you, I learned a lot.
Cool.
And thank you so much for joining me. This has been the SMS any percent race between JJ and Weegee. JJ comes with a W with a 1:16.39, apparently a 1:16.23.
Really?
According to the man himself.
Oh,
Legendary.
he did start a little late. So, but yeah, that's great time.
Great stuff. Going to sign off now, and we'll be heading on to OT. I believe it is an OOT three-way Saturday night bingo featuring Aliens, Exodus, and Tob, commentated by Runner Guy and Pity. Love you very much, and it has been an honor. I'll see you for the outro. Bye-bye, Strongman Lynn.
See ya.